In their letter, Eisenmann and Davies acknowledged the time and energy expended over the years by the international team, but they said they felt the team had already been adequately compensated by enjoying such long and exclusive access to the Qumran material. They stated that 35 to 40 years was long enough for other scholars to have waited for similar access, without which we can no longer make meaningful progress in our endeavors. The letter continued. Surely your original commission was to publish these materials as quickly as possible for the benefit of the scholarly community as a whole, not to control them. It would have been different, perhaps, if you and your scholars have discovered these materials in the first place. But you did not. They were simply assigned to you. The situation as it now stands is abnormal in the extreme. Therefore, as mature scholars at the height of our powers and abilities, we feel it is an imposition upon us and a hardship to ask us to wait any longer for the research availability of and access to these material. 40 years after their discovery, Eisenmann and Davies expected Strugnell to refuse their requests. Strugnell, however, did not bother to reply at all. On 2 May, therefore, Eisenmann wrote to Amir Drury, who earlier that year had renewed the international team's monopoly with the publication deadline of 1996. Eisenmann enclosed a copy of the letter to Strugnell, mentioning that it had been posted to both of Strugnell's addresses at Harvard and in Jerusalem of Strugnell's failure to reply. He wrote frankly, "We are tired of being treated contemptuously. This kind of cavalier treatment is not really a new phenomenon, but is part and parcel of the process that has been going on for 20 to 30 years or more." Since Strugnell would not grant access to the Qumran material, Eisenmann requested that Drury, exercising a higher authority, should do so. He then made 2 particularly important points. As long as the international team continued to control the Qumran text, it would not be sufficient merely to speed up the publication schedule. Nothing short of free scholarly access would be satisfactory to check the international team's conclusions, to allow for variations in translation and interpretation, to discern connections the team themselves might perhaps have overlooked. We cannot be sure that they have exhausted all possible fragments in relation to a given document, or that they are putting fragments together in proper sequence, nor can we be sure if the inventories are in fact complete, and that fragments may not have been.